my voice hurts.
Hey y'all. All this wax I spilled last night making these wax notes. How's everybody doing? I'll turn y'all a little bit this way. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for tuning in. Another random live. Let me back up YouTube just a bit so you can see me a little better. Okay. So I wanted to come on here and give you all an easy way on how to market your scents. So I know many of you are starting your business this year. And one of the ways I found that was super helpful, well, I shouldn't even say super helpful, but just an easy, low cost, very effective way to market my other scents. Because when you start a business, especially a candle business like ours, where, you know, you purchase a candle, you know, pretty much either because you're supporting the candle maker or you read the product description and it just sounds like it smells amazing, right? And so you just go with it like, oh, I hope I like it. So one of the ways to kind of help combat that and kind of cross market, cross sell is to make samples. And so with every order, unless my unless the wax that I use for my wax melts is just either not in stock, but I do try to keep in stock with my samples. But, you know, we've been ordering from candle suppliers. It's been quite hard to kind of get our supplies. But I use samples. I put samples in all of my orders. And it's a great way to kind of cross-sell. So what I do is if, for example, I get a customer who purchased, let's say, my sea salt and orchid scent, which just happened to be this one right here. I made a bunch of wax melts last night to not only restock, but to make more samples. And so that's why it hit me like, oh, this would be a great live. One of the things that I do is whatever scent that they ordered, I try to include a sample of another scent that they did not order. So it's a great way. Hold on real quick. Sorry, it's a great way to cross-sell. So they ordered the sea salt and orchid, but they received in a sample something else. And so they may be like, oh, that smelled so good. And so I think I'm gonna order that next time. So it's a great way, a very easy, low cost, effective way to market other scents in your product line. And I say low cost because we all know wax melts are super easy and pretty inexpensive to make, right? You literally just need the clamshell mold, the wax, and the fragrance oil, and that's it. So it's very, very inexpensive. That's why wax melts can sell for $5 and $6 because they're very, very inexpensive to make. And so what I do when I batch out wax melts, I make more than what I'm intending to put back in my inventory. And so the ones that I hold back, I usually hold back about 6 clamshells, and literally each sample, I give 2 wax melts per sample. So this whole clamshell can make 3 samples. And so it gives, typically when people burn wax melts, they usually burn 1 to 2 at a time anyway. And so I give them a real taste of what it may be like to either burn a wax melt or melt one of my wax melts, or to just experience a new scent in general. Also, it's a great way to intrigue customers to buy a different product. So if they're more candle lovers, you may just entice them to become wax melt lovers as well. And a lot of my customers have even become wax melt lovers. A lot of them haven't tried it, and so they would email me like, "Oh, I just got my package. Thank you so much. I love the sample. I didn't even think to try wax melts, this, that, and the third, and you've converted me to not only being, of course, I love candles, but now I also love wax melts." So that's what I include. So I'm actually about to just walk you through what I do. So literally, once they've cured, I open it up and I pop it out the clamshell. And I forgot my cutting board. My cutting board is over there. So it pops out. I try to be as gentle as possible. I don't pop it out like I'm trying to pop out a scent. I pop it out whole like this. I take a butter knife, which we don't use anymore to eat. This sticks with us. And so what I do is I just cut it and try to just make it as neat as possible. So I go ahead and cut this like that, and I usually have my cutting board. And so it breaks it up into thirds like this. Here's the third one. And then I cut these in half. And the reason why I just don't break it apart in the clamshell is because sometimes it won't break evenly. And that's okay when you're melting it on a wax warmer, right? Like, who cares how even or uneven it is? But when I'm trying to provide a good presentation in my orders, I rather cut it like this so I can control what I'm doing. So I can control how it looks, and it comes out very neat, and it's not cracky or anything. So once I get them broken out into their 6 cubes, I take these little black pillow boxes. I got these from Etsy. And I'm actually changing my wax melt packaging here soon, because you all know I just relaunched with my new branding. So these will be phasing out soon. But what you over there being a hater for? My husband on the couch, y'all, being a hater. But yeah, I'm phasing out of these, but I'm using what I have left. Use what you have left. I'm not wasting my money because I already purchased them. So what I do is I take these little cute pillow boxes. Typically, you find these with people's weddings and little favors. And so what I do is I go ahead and fold the corner. Go ahead and fold it in. So once I get the one side all nice and even, then I go ahead and pop 2 right inside. And this size fits 2 very comfortably. Yeah. And I think, what size are these? I don't even remember what size. Maybe 3.5 by 2 or 3 by 2. I can't even remember the size, but I have it linked. If you're subscribed to my LadyC's Digital HQ, it's on my candle supply list. And then once I have it folded all in, all nice and neat, I take a label, which I'm phasing out of this design, and I'm redesigning my packaging labels. But this is an online labels. These are blank. I just printed these this morning. And so I take one of the labels and I pop it right in the center. So that way they know what scent they got. So that way if they like, oh, I love that scent, I think I want to order that in a candle, or just order it in more of her wax melts, they know exactly what to order when they go on my website. But like I said, I'm redesigning this whole thing. My wax melt packaging is about to do a come up too. And so literally I do that for the others. So I just fold it in. And I'm not saying you have to use this packaging. I'm just showing you giving you just a demo on what I do to give you a little idea. If you've ever wondered, like, gosh, I would love to kind of cross sell or cross market my other scents. This is a real quick, easy, low cost and effective way to say, hey, you want to try my other scents that I have? And guess what? They feel like it's a free gift. I mean, it kind of is. It's just a little free sample. What customer don't like something free that they wasn't expecting? Now, most of our customers expect it. Like, they know they're pretty much going to get a sample in every order. But when you get a new customer, that's when you get those follow-up emails like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize you was going to throw a sample in there. So the customers love it. So you can come up with your own way. But see, I made 3 quick samples right here. And literally, I just store them in a box upstairs where I pack my order. So that way, when I get everything that goes into making an order, I throw, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I throw one of those in the box. And so they get to open a little treat and get a little sample with it. So that is a quick and easy way to market other scents. And I wanted to share that because when it comes to the candle business or anything handmade or anything in this type of industry, sometimes it's hard to convince customers of what your candles smell like. Like, your product description can only do so much. Your social media feed can only do so much. It's like, how else can I help you become returning customers after you've already purchased something? And giving them a free sample, a free little treat, always works wonders. So you can package yours however you want. A part of my new marketing strategy is I am going to buy, I think it's either my social media manager and I'm trying to kind of work out the cost to make sure I'm not cutting into my bottom line. But it'll either buy 3 or buy 4 candles and get a mini for a mom. So if you see my rebranding, I'm really targeting moms and trying to highlight the seriousness of postpartum and all that good stuff. So a part of my new marketing strategy is buy 3 or buy 4 candles, get a mini for a mom. And so literally, I'm about to start testing my new mini jars now, and I'm about to start rolling that out as another marketing strategy. So there's so many ways. I get a lot of questions like, Paris, how do you market? How do you advertise? These, you could come up with anything to kind of help entice your customers. I also have LadyC scent perks on my website. So if they start an account, create an account, they get LadyC scent perks. So you get so many points with each purchase. If it's your birthday, you get points. If you follow me on social media, you get points. So I'm always figuring out a way to ramp up my marketing strategy and keep my new customers coming back and my loyal customers happy. So that is my tip today. Yes, I think it's Kira. Yes, girl, take it. This is a great marketing strategy. And I'm still using these. Even with my rebranding, I'm just repackaging them to match my new branding colors and everything. One thing when it comes to branding, everything needs to be cohesive. So, with my new branding colors, I'm switching it up a little bit, adding some different packaging to add a little texture. If you see my rebrand on Lady Simone Candle Co., it's very textured. It's very natural, neutrals, everything that I love that I was trying to achieve. And over the past year, I've just been exposed to more things. And so I played with different fonts and different textures and to make it, to still make it cohesive. So I'm like, even with my wax melt packaging, I want to kind of add some texture into their orders. And so I'm always thinking of ways to kind of give them a full LadyC experience in a box. And this is one great way to do that. So that is it, guys. That's all I have for you today. So I thought while I was making wax melts last night, I'm like, that would be a good live to do. Throw some gems at y'all so y'all can keep those loyal customers. Throw some different marketing strategies. Google, like, what's great things you can do to retain loyal customers and things like that. So I thought of this last year, and my customers have loved receiving their samples, and I'm still going to keep this same marketing strategy. I would never get rid of providing a little oomph. And I also have some new products I'm going to release with Lady Simone Candle Co. Y'all don't know yet. It's in my back pocket. Y'all see when I release it. But I have some other things I'm releasing this year, and I'm already thinking of ways that I can not buy, but that I can provide a little sample. So if they didn't order that particular product, I'm already thinking how I can provide a little sample like, hey, try this new product. Yeah. So, so they're like, oh, I like this. I think I'm going to purchase that next time. So always figure out a way to keep your customers coming back. All right. Love y'all. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your lunch.